Like and subscribe right now, or this will be in your bed tonight. Hello and welcome back to ProRevenge. Before we start, please scroll down and click like and subscribe. This means that you will get more videos from me. Please like and subscribe, and it will really make my day. Thanks. Half the class fails a midterm after cheaters copy me TL. Doctor at the end. I don't have a problem helping classmates. I really don't. I even tutored several classmates during my final semester of undergrad because they needed the help. They all ended up passing their classes with my assistance. This story comes from a particularly tough business information systems class during my undergraduate education. The students in this class were mostly non-technical business majors, so this new material wasn't at all similar to anything we'd learned in other classes. Needless to say, most of the students were struggling, including me. I still had a 4.0 in college at this point, though I finished with a 3.99, and I was willing to put in maximum effort to keep my stellar GPA. I started studying hard. I made my own Quizlet sets. I read the book every night. I finished assignments a week early, and I did outside research. After grinding it out in this class for about a month, I was working on an assignment in a room designated for quiet homework time, and that's where our story begins. Several other students from my class were there and working on the same assignment I was on. Judging by the size of exasperation, the irritated whispers, and requests for help, they weren't having much success. Having studied relentlessly for a month, I was having an easier time of it. As I got up to go get some water from the fountain in the hall, a classmate asked for my help. I told him I could do that, and I'd be right back. I returned a few minutes later to find what I can only describe as a bunch of busy bees happily working away. This was strange, since they were hopelessly stuck 2 minutes before, but whatever. My classmate tells me he figured it out without me. Now, I'm not an idiot, so I know the 5 people in this room probably copied my work off my computer when I went to get water. Scumbag move number 1. But as it turns out, no one in the class needed help the next day or the day after. Whoever in the study room had stolen my work had forwarded it to most of the class. Scumbag move number 2. I don't mind being helpful, but I hate being used, so I made a plan to get back at the people who had stolen my work. It didn't take long to organize my plan and carry it out. Here's how it went. I changed an answer on the next assignment by multiplying by -1. $1,500 became -$1,500 on this question. The next week, I left my computer in the same place as before and went to get water, just like I had done the week before. 75% of the people in my class of 40 people put -$1,500 as the answer to question 3, which was definitely incorrect. I began studying relentlessly for the midterm. Our professor had said he wouldn't adjust the weight of the test, something like your score /50 on a test with 60 points available, so your score of 40 becomes 80% instead of 67%, if anyone scored particularly well. This class was difficult, and no one was expecting anyone to score over 75%, so all my classmates figured the weight of the test would be adjusted. My plan was to wreck the curve, even though it's not a curve, and deny everyone the adjusted weight by producing a sufficiently high score. I recruited a classmate who hadn't stolen my work to study with. Together, we aimed to score high enough that our professor couldn't adjust the weight of the midterm. Here's how it all played out. No one who copied me realized the answer was incorrect. Every last one of those idiots submitted the wrong answer to question 3. This next part surprised me, but my classmates began insisting the class was unfair, too difficult, or rigged, and launched these complaints at our professor. One day after class I had the following exchange, since I was the last student out of the classroom. Professor, do you think this class is too hard? Me, honestly, this class is hard, but if people spent as much time studying as they did complaining, they'd be fine. They really need to just get to work. Professor, I thought the same. Me, deciding spur of the moment my next move. I also happen to know that most of the class incorrectly copied my work on the last assignment. Question 3 should be a net income of $1,500, not a net loss of $1,500. I put down the wrong answer initially. Everyone copied me, and then I changed the answer later. I think you can reasonably conclude that anyone with minus $1,500 as the answer cheated off of my incorrect work. Professor, I figured they all copied, but I didn't know you were the source. Anyway, thanks for your candor and your dedication to the class. I didn't cheat, so I don't know what happened to those who did, but depending on the class, they would either get a 0 for the assignment or a plagiarism citation, so they got one of those. Fast forward to test day, and I'm ready to go. I know since most of the students are business majors, they need 70% to pass the class, because it's a required course. Hurting them on the midterm will go a long way in helping drop their grades. I take the test, I'm the first one done, and I leave pretty sure I've done enough to deny the class the exam weight adjustment. A week later, we get our exams back. Tests are distributed all around me with scores on the top in reading 68, 71, 70, 66, 75, 67, and these are the smart students. Someone on the end of my row takes a test from our professor and lets out a sigh as he begins passing a test down my row. It stops on my desk. 93%. I've won. Some idiot in the front of the class. So is there going to be a curve? Professor, nope. Me, what was the high score? Professor. 93%. Average score for the exam was 71, so a good number of people didn't get a passing score. Maybe they made up for it on the final and passed, but I don't care. I got mine. TL. Doctor, people steal my homework, so I bait them into giving a wrong answer, tip the professor off on their cheating, and score high enough on the midterm to deny anyone a chance for an adjusted score. Cheated out of $5,000 and lost my watch. Get arrested for suspect sale of LSAT answers. ProRevenge character reference / Aka cheater. 5,4 quote S Pac-Man. In 2012 I had traveled from Australia to the US to visit some longtime friends. One of them was currently studying law at the time, and he was invited to a house party with his other law buddies. I tagged along. The night was young and everyone was just having a drink. The usual banter and mostly talk about law crap. I really had no idea, but a few of these guys were talking about one of the men, 5,4 quote S Pac-Man, at the party, who apparently sold LSAT test answers for quite a lot of money. Later on in the night they started a private cash table poker game, and as a quite savvy person to poker, I asked to join, and there was no issues. We were playing a hand and the pot had built up. I'd chucked in all the cash I'd had, and my expensive watch lol. It was just me and 5,4 quote S Pac-Man. There was $5,000 in the pot, and I had a 4 of clubs and a 2 of clubs. The river card had just come down, leaving a pair of 2s, a pair of 4s, and the river card being a king. I had a full house, and was very positive I'd win. But when it come time to reveal cards and I revealed my hand, the 5,4 quote S Pac-Man I was playing against laughed and revealed his hand. He had pocket 4s, giving him 4 4s, which didn't make sense because there was only 4 4s in the pack and this pack had 5. So basically I'd been played and I didn't have my blue eyes white dragon. In a small outrage I announced he was cheating, to which he took the entire pot and said, "What are you going to do about it? Our place, our rules." To which all his mates gathered around him, and I'd just been left short out of cash. I was then kicked out pretty quickly. My friend that I came with caught up with me and apologized and said he didn't know that would happen, but I had another idea in mind. Early morning I got up, left the place we were staying, and made my way down to the local payphone. Called the closest law school I could determine, and anonymously tipped off that a person by the name of 5,4 quote S Pac-Man had been boasting about selling LSAT test answers. I provided the address we went to. The call was short. I went back to the place I was at and then flew home a few days later. About 3 weeks later I got a email from my friend that I visited in America saying that 5,4 quote S Pac-Man had been arrested for suspected selling of answers to the LSAT tests. 6 months later, after that 5,4 quote S Pac-Man, it was apparently found that he was a liar and what he'd been selling people was just absolute rubbish answers to the apparent test. He was kicked out of the house he was in and apparently poor ASF roaming the streets. I don't know if he got any criminal charges. Thank you all for watching to the end of the video. But before you go, please like and subscribe for more. Not many of you at all that watch are subscribed or like the video, and this makes me unsure if I should continue to make more content or not. So if you want more content, please like and subscribe. If you don't want to miss out on any future videos, click the bell icon next to the subscribe button. Also, please give me some feedback in the comment section about what I can do better, because not many people comment on my videos, so I have no idea of people's opinions of thoughts about this YouTube channel. So yeah, that's all from me. If you have subscribed and liked the video, please consider sharing the video with your friends. Thanks and bye. I'm still doing daily uploads, so hope to see you in tomorrow's video. Bye.